a very developing story, and we will have continuous updates on Channel 2 Action News at 4 o'clock, which we are beginning early because of this winter storm that is now approaching.
Live, local, late breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News at 4 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for this early edition of Channel 2 Action News at 4. Obviously, a lot is going on. Severe Weather Team 2 is tracking this winter storm, so we want to get straight to Chief Meteorologist Glenn Burns live in Severe Weather Center 2. Glenn?
Greg, we're here with meteorologist Brad Niss, Brian Monahan in Severe Weather Center 2 as we track the approaching winter weather system. Now, currently on our Storm Tracker 2 HD radar, we have a great deal of rain to show you. It's widespread, some of that rain being mixed at times with a little bit of sleet and then changing to all sleet and freezing rain in parts of the western northern suburbs of Atlanta. Our first stop on our tour this afternoon is up here in Clayton and Rabun County, extending down through northern Habersham County, where we've got snowflakes flying this afternoon. Haven't seen any accumulations yet, but we did have reports of snow in Union County, Towns County, and now in the Rabun County area, centered in and around Clayton. Now, the temperatures still holding above freezing at 36 degrees in Clayton, but we've dropped to 29 in Hiawassee, 29 degrees in Blairsville. Cleveland, a little wintry mix here, and we're 34 degrees. Heading downstream here into the western suburbs of Atlanta, northern suburbs rather, western part of Cherokee County, eastern part of Bartow County, seeing a wintry mix of freezing rain and sleet at this point in time. We've dropped to 32 degrees in Canton. We're 30 in Jasper, 32 degrees in Cartersville, and Marietta now down sub-freezing at 31. We've got a little ice here in northern Cobb County. Western suburbs of Atlanta, you can see the freezing precipitation moving through Haralson County into Carroll County, Paulding County. The temperatures here again getting quite cold. We're down to 33 degrees in Carrollton, 34 degrees in the heart of Atlanta. Now, we've got a lot of folks on the roads right now for the afternoon commute. Pretty good on the south side here. Again, these areas where you see the bright yellows, possibly that sleet embedded in that area of rain, but temperatures above freezing at 33 degrees in Griffin, 35 degrees in LaGrange. Now, what this does for us here is it makes the air very cold, and that cold air makes the ground very cold. So let's take a look at some of the road sensors as we go through northern Georgia, and these areas of blue indicate where the road temperatures are getting quite cold. So meteorologist Brad Niss is going to outline some of these road sensors for us. So here on I-75 in Cobb County, for example, the 120 loop, the temperature of the road is at 36 degrees. Now heading out through western Paulding County, our road sensors showing some of those roads now down to 32 degrees. Right here along western Polk County, also seeing 32-degree pavement temperatures. We're still above freezing on I-20 West here, 34 degrees is the road temperature on I-20 West here into Carroll County, 35 degrees on I-85 Southwest into Coweta County, and we're 36 degrees here on I-75 South as we go through Henry County. Now down toward LaGrange on I-85 and 36 degrees there, about 33 degrees here in the northern part of Haralson County. Now we'll zoom into the heart of the metro. You can see that in and around Stone Mountain on the west, on the eastern side of 285, we're 39 degrees. As we head over toward Lawrenceville at the 985 split there, we're at 85 and 38 degrees currently, and just to the northeast of Stone Mountain, the surface temperature of the pavement there is at 38 degrees. So again, you can see the pavement temperatures are getting quite cold as the very cold precipitation falls and the air continues to get colder. We've got Arctic air coming in. We've got a weather disturbance, a big one coming in to provide us with some snow. And Brad Niss right now is in the command center taking a look at some of those snow totals that we can expect and the timing on that. And we've got some new amounts to show you and the placement of where the heavier snows are likely to occur tonight.
Yeah, so the temperatures are dropping here pretty quickly and going to continue to go down in the hours ahead. So as Glenn showed you, the transition from liquid to frozen precipitation is beginning, and that will continue. So let's take a look outside now. This is over Midtown, where we had some brief sleet earlier this afternoon, just some spotty light showers now, and the temperature in Atlanta just above freezing. We've been bumping around 33, 34 degrees here over the last couple of hours. But the north-northwest wind at 10 miles an hour blowing in the cold air. And recall that Glenn showed you the temperature has dropped to 31 in Marietta. So just into the northwestern suburbs below freezing. That is spreading down across the area. This is a look at the 24-hour temperature change. The temperature now as compared to this time yesterday is 22 degrees colder in Atlanta and Carrollton, 23, 24 degrees colder from Griffin to LaGrange, and about 15 degrees colder in Rome. So the cold air is settling in, and as we look ahead over the next couple of hours, we're going to continue to see from about Atlanta through the South Metro, mainly liquid precipitation, rain. But here in the western, northwestern parts of the metro area where we've already seen a little bit of sleet mixed with the rain, that will continue. And the snow is falling, although fairly light, over far northeast Georgia. That's going to continue in the short term. By 6 p.m., the general placement of the precipitation and that rain-snow line doesn't change all that much. We'll add a little bit more into West Georgia, and as Glenn showed you, the radar picking up a little more snow right now near Huntsville, so that's going to start to fill in over the next few hours. But I-85 corridor southward, still mostly looking at just rain with a little bit of sleet perhaps mixed in through 6 p.m. But as we head through the evening hours, we're going to see that transition from the wintry mix over to more snow build down to the south. So 9 p.m., here's what we're looking at. Snow across the North Georgia mountains, northwest parts of West Georgia. Still the northern half of the metro area, primarily looking at sleet and freezing rain, and bridges and overpasses, those will be icing first. But as we head through the evening hours, those road temperatures are going to head down below freezing as well. Glenn showed you we're already very close to freezing temperatures on the road. So untreated roads are going to become icy very quickly as we head into and through the evening hours. And then as we head beyond 9 o'clock, we'll stop the clock here at 11 o'clock. Snow then accumulating from, say, Gainesville north into the mountains, northern, northwestern suburbs, starting to see some snowfall accumulation, still sleet in the metro area. And then we start to see that freezing rain and sleet move farther to the south. As we head towards 1 a.m., the accumulating snow dropping farther to the south, and through the overnight hours, I expect we're going to have some bursts of heavy rain. It's impossible to say precisely where that would set up, but some bands of heavy rain, and those spots, of course, we'll see the most significant totals. This cold air, as it continues to settle in, will spread the wintry weather even down into the South Metro through 4 a.m. So accumulating snow through the overnight hours across northeast, North Georgia, the metro area, and into the South Metro. We're going to have less in the way of snow, but more in the way of freezing rain, ice accumulation there as well. Then as we head through 7 a.m., snow tapering off over West Georgia, continuing out towards the eastern suburbs, out towards Gainesville, Athens, across the mountains. Still some lingering snow at 7 o'clock, but then we're going to see that clear out. The sunshine's going to return, but despite that, it's going to be cold and windy all day long. Temperatures won't even make it above freezing, and then when you factor in wind, 20, 25 miles an hour, we're going to have a wind chill in the teens all day tomorrow. So if you're going to go out with the kids and play in the snow, you're going to certainly want to bundle up. It's going to be a cold one. Glenn Burns has got more on this situation now. Glenn?
Take a look at the Storm Tracker 2 HD radar. You can take a look at the wide view, and we're talking about the extremely cold Arctic air that's building in. So check out the temperature right now in Memphis, Tennessee, where we've dropped to 19 degrees. And this is, of course, all snow as we head back here into Arkansas, northern Texas, and Oklahoma. And then even a wintry mix as far south as southern Louisiana tonight. You can see that moving in behind the rain shield through much of Louisiana. It's a mixture of snow and sleet and freezing rain. That continues now to move through Mississippi and on into Alabama. Now, if we look across northern Alabama, this would be Birmingham right about here. And to the north, the cold Arctic air is still spilling in. So we're now seeing a transition where that rain and the sleet have changed over into all snow. But that boundary, as Brad pointed out, is still setting up right across northern Georgia. So as we go through the evening hours, we'll see gradually that boundary begin to change across northern Georgia and the cold Arctic air begin to move in through much of the area. So here again is a live view of our Storm Tracker 2 HD radar, and we're looking at the northeast Georgia mountains. Not so much snow now as we did see just a few minutes ago in the Rabun County area. It looks like a little bit maybe in far northern Rabun County, some here in White County, northern Habersham. Again, the western suburbs also seeing that wintry mix. We're going to be right here with you throughout the next 20 minutes or so, give you another update as to what we expect through the evening. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
Glenn, thank you. You are watching our live Severe Weather TV Team 2 coverage. A winter storm warning for North Georgia. This is a live look from Severe Weather Chaser 2 on I-20 right near the Georgia-Alabama line. You can see people are off the roads, which is definitely a good sign. Now we want to give you a look at Storm Tracker 2 HD radar. As Glenn was just pointing out, a lot of green right there, a little bit of the white that you can see, but this is all going to change. Keep it right here for Channel 2 Action News for our live Severe Weather Team 2 coverage next. Right now, a winter storm is moving through metro Atlanta. Emergency crews are busy working to keep North Georgia safe. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie continues our live Severe Weather Team 2 coverage at the Georgia Emergency Management Agency. And Mark, we know that they have been really busy there getting ready for this storm.
Oh, absolutely. And right now we are in the State Operations Center, which is the nerve center of the GEMA response. Behind me, meeting of key decision makers happening right now. I'm going to bring in Catherine Howden from GEMA. Catherine, what are GEMA's top priorities at this moment? And do you have the resources you need?
Absolutely. Our top priority is public safety, making sure that the citizens of Georgia are kept safe. We're working with our local and state partners to ensure that's happening, and also just making sure that the public is prepared ahead of the storm.
Thank you very much. The importance of what happens here is only going to ratchet up as the hours unfold. We'll be here for now. Reporting live, Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
Nathan Deal asked everyone to be home by 4 o'clock. That deadline is quickly approaching. So let's see what the roads look like across the area right now with Channel 2's Mark Aram. Mark?
Hey, Craig, they're rough out there. You know, a lot of folks wanted to get home before 4 p.m., so we see major delays metro-wide. If you can go to the maps, let me give you the overview. You can see all the red out there. Looks like a Friday evening rush hour. But the good news, so far, no reports of icing. Just a lot of folks on wet pavement trying to get home. Probably the worst ride in town is 75 into Cobb County. Delays actually start inside the perimeter. You'll stay heavy up toward Highway 5 and 575. In fact, the jam well back before Delk Road. Some southbound delays approaching Delk Road as well. And, of course, it's Friday. It's downtown. It's wet. It is jammed. Take a look at Traffic Tracker 2. You can see the downtown connector here at 10th Street, southbound commuters on the right side of the screen. But again, the good news, no reports of icing on the roads, just wet pavement and a lot of folks trying to get home. Live in the traffic center, Triple Team Traffic. Mark Aram, Channel 2 Action News.
Yeah, Mark, I was on I-75 southbound heading down from Cobb County, and it was really starting to slow down. Right now, we want to go to I-85 northbound in Gwinnett County. That is where Channel 2's Matt Johnson is in Severe Weather Chaser 2. Matt, what are the conditions like where you are right now?
Craig, right now conditions are wet and traffic is moving a little bit, and it looks like a lot of people are trying to get out of the city within the next 15 minutes, as most people have been told the storm is going to hit here around 4 o'clock. So we're seeing a lot of people heading home, probably leaving work, but this is a live picture of what it looks like now. Touch and go a little bit. We're seeing a lot of brake lights here. Rain has been coming down steadily since we left Atlanta. We're heading up to Rabun County now, where there are reports already of snow coming down there. So the snow has yet to hit here, but people are taking their time, getting home, going slowly. We haven't seen a lot of people in a rush here. People are all just trying to get home safely. We're approaching Jimmy Carter Boulevard right now on 85 North in Gwinnett County, and we expected it to be a lot worse, honestly, but traffic is moving a little bit here as we head up to the mountains. And that's a 4 o'clock deadline. We've been told that people are urged to get off the road. So we're hoping that most people are off the roads by then, and it looks like when they do so, they're going to be doing it safely.
Matt, thank you. Definitely looks good right now as you were in that express lane. Again, as I was on I-75 South, I was looking at the traffic on I-75 North. People trying to get out of Atlanta. A different picture over on 75 right now. At this moment, we want to go to Chief Meteorologist Glenn Burns. He's getting the latest models in for you. So let's go to Glenn.
Yeah, we have several updates since we've had noon today, and we're going to show you that in just a second. Right now, I want to show you what's happening right now. I know many of you are heading out this evening, possibly. And again, we're looking at a little bit of a wintry mix here in Cherokee County, far northwestern Cobb County, into Paulding, parts of Carroll County, maybe even to western Douglas County. So that's a little mix of a little sleet and a little freezing rain. Now, what we have over in Alabama, That's a whole different ballgame. You see the snow here. That's in Huntsville, down toward the Birmingham area. That eventually this evening will be moving into northern Georgia. That's part of the major weather system that we do see moving in. But right now, we are dealing with rain. And whenever we see rain in the wintertime like this, a big area of rain, you'll notice that we have areas that are green, some dark greens, and then we have some yellows. Well, that indicates the intensity of the precipitation. So when we forecast a snow total, for example, it's not one homogeneous area of 1 inch of snow or 3 inches of snow. There are going to be areas where we have a little bit more snow, a little less, a little more, and others. So again, where we see the yellows, we see a little heavier rainfall. That's exactly what happens when we see snow. We see a little heavier snowfall in pockets, and we will see that through the night tonight. So there'll be some areas that will get anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 inches of snow, but there could be pockets where we could see 5 or 6 inches of snow, and there could be pockets where we could see 1 or 2 inches of snow. That's just the nature of things as far as winter weather goes in northern Georgia. Do want to show you up now the Clayton County area, free and clear. Most of that snow now, still some wintry mix here in the northern part of Habersham County, north of Cornelia, and temperatures here hovering around 36 degrees for Clayton, 36 degrees in Cornelia. But look what we've done here in Hiawassee and Blairsville. We're sub-freezing now, 29 degrees. I do not expect temperatures to get above freezing for the next 24 hours across most of northern Georgia. You can see here in Dawson County and just south of Pickens, in the Jasper and Pickens County, a little bit of a wintry mix, and that is now moving toward the east, diminishing in its coverage of intensity, but temperatures continue to be right at 30 degrees in and around Jasper. Here in northwestern Cobb County, back through southeastern Paulding County, a little wintry mix of sleet and freezing rain. Temperatures here getting quite cold again. We're down to 31 degrees there at the 120 Loop in Marietta, 33 degrees currently in Carrollton, and then south of the metro, just hovering above freezing at 33, 35 degrees in LaGrange. But this is all rain down here, but it could be mixed with a little bit of sleet, indicating here by the yellow colors here in western Rockdale County, western Walton County, southeastern DeKalb County. Now, again, we've got new computer model information coming in all the time. We're refining our forecast, and meteorologist Brad Nitz right now in the command center will look at some of the new snow totals projected across northern Georgia and the timing.
Yeah, we're going to go through these totals, the areas that are going to see 3, 4 inches or more. A few isolated spots, as Glenn said, could see significantly more than that in just some smaller pockets. And by significantly more, I mean there's an isolated spot or two that could see between 4 and 6 inches of snow, but that won't be the common total. So let me take you through the timeline, what we're going to expect here in the hours ahead. And from now through 6 p.m., still looking at mainly a wintry mix, as you see in the pink. So that's going to be some sleet and freezing rain. The northern part of the metro area, West Georgia, up into the mountains, a little more snow and a little bit of snow that we're tracking now in Alabama, moving into northwest Georgia. From Atlanta to the south, southern half and to the eastern suburbs, still mostly rain with some occasional sleet mixed in. That's between now and 6 p.m. So it's going to be a gradual process, but we're going to see the snow expand to the north, that frozen precipitation slide farther to the south. This is 9 p.m. looking at that, and then by 11 o'clock, accumulating snow to the north and west. And notice here after midnight towards 1 a.m., the rain really far to the south. So Griffin, Eatonton, across the lake country, the rain holds on a little longer for you, but accumulating ice and sleet, that's freezing rain down into parts of the South Metro. We've already seen that, by the way, in Haralson County, some icicles forming there on power lines and signs and gutters, but snow all changing over from about I-20 northward by around midnight to 1 a.m. Then as we head towards 4 a.m., widespread and at times heavy snow bands setting up. So that's where we're going to see the greatest accumulation in the overnight and early morning hours, tapering off by 7 a.m., at least pushing to the east, and then some clearing as we head into the afternoon. So snowfall totals, this is what we expect to accumulate in a broad general sense. As Glenn described, there's going to be some pockets where it'll be a little bit more, a little bit less. But along and south of the I-85 corridor, there'll be more ice, less snow. North of there, more significant snowfall. So the purple, that's up to 4 inches. Could be 3 to 4 inches. From, say, Alpharetta through Marietta, Dallas, so the northern half of the metro area, generally going to see 2 to 4 inches of snow, but leaning more towards that 3 to 4 inch side of the range. And an isolated pocket or two from parts of Fannin to perhaps Union, White counties could see a spot or two that gets 5 to 6 inches of snowfall. Now, south of that heavier snow is where the ice is going to be accumulating. The pink, less than 1/10 of an inch. That's not all that significant in the sense that it wouldn't cause trees to come down or branches or power lines. It certainly can make travel certainly hazardous. And then where we see the blue, that's more significant ice in the South Metro at about 1/4 of an inch of accumulation there. And the winter storm warning just went into effect. Chief Meteorologist Glenn Burrs is going to take us through more on what's going on here in the hours ahead.
Indeed. In fact, I want to show you, take a look at some of the road sensors across northern Georgia. Now, ice is 90% water and 10% air. Snow is 90% air and 10% of water. So when you have snow fall, and let's say we project, let's say 4 inches of snow, for example, a lot of that is going to melt as it hits the ground, and a lot of it is going to be compressed. So that 4-inch total may end up to be maybe 2.5 inches. So again, we are forecasting snow totals, but accumulations are slightly different than the snow totals. So let's check out. I want to show you some of the blue here. These are road sensors, and we're going to take a look at I-20 here west as we head through Carroll County. So a lot of folks heading west into Alabama. We're at 34 degrees, but as we head over toward eastern Alabama on I-20, the road sensor showing at 32 degrees. So not good there. As we head into the western part of Polk County, road sensors there also showing 32 degrees, just above the freezing mark in eastern Polk County. Now here at the 120 loop, we've had a lot of traffic this afternoon, both north and southbound lanes. We've had numerous traffic accidents and stalls, and the traffic has actually kept the roads a little bit warmer, so we're at 36 degrees. Now 35 degrees just up the road there into northwestern Cobb County as we get toward that construction area in the southern part of Cherokee County and southeastern parts of Bartow County as well. Now heading southbound, we're looking at northern Fayette County, southern Fulton County. Road sensors there, again, quite a bit of traffic with 35 degrees, still above freezing, and into Coweta County right at 35 degrees. So we're still above freezing, and right in the heart of the metro, let's take a look at the connector here. We're at 39 degrees on the downtown connector as we head toward 85 to the northeast out through northern DeKalb County. The road sensors at 39 degrees, and I-20 east into DeKalb, we're at 38 degrees. So again, if you're outside right now, you're in pretty good shape in and around the metro. A large volume of traffic keeping roads warm. But once that traffic decreases, we hope to get those brine trucks from the Georgia Department of Transportation out there and continuing to brine the roads. They've done that already in many areas, so certainly good news for travelers through the evening hours. Meteorologist Brad Nitz and I will be back with some updated information for you in just a few minutes. Craig?
Now, we have reporters and photographers spread out across the metro. We will be here for you every step of the way as this storm moves through. Thanks for watching this early edition of Channel 2 Action News at 4 o'clock. Keep it right here. Our Severe Weather Team 2 coverage continues in just 2 minutes.
As this year